So I was just making a video on my iPad talking about how my heart problem is getting worse and how I am now exhibiting symptoms of heart failure. And so I'm actually going to go see the cardiac specialist tomorrow. And in that video, I was talking about how I would be making this video, kind of explaining some of the symptoms, the newer symptoms that I'm having, and some of the fears that I'm having also, and just how I feel about everything. So, if you guys don't know, I have long QT syndrome, which is like a heart electrical problem. Um, that's kind of like the simplest way to explain things. My waves of my heart are prolonged, so they're longer than they should be, which can cause me to faint, it can cause me to pass out, it can cause me to have a seizure, it can cause palpitations, arrhythmias, sudden cardiac death, things like that. So it's definitely a very scary thing to have to deal with. Um, It's, I mean, like I've said before, I kind of imagined that eventually I would start having to deal with heart issues because they run on both sides of my family, but I didn't really expect it to happen so soon. Like, I'm not even 30 years old and it's happening already, so it's really scary. But it's something that I have to deal with. And so I'm just kind of taking it day by day. Um, for a while, like, back when I was in high school, I had one episode where I just passed out in my dad's bathroom and they took me to the hospital, and my doctor is saying that they feel that that's probably the first episode of my long QT syndrome. And they just didn't know it at that time because I hadn't really had any of the other symptoms, so they didn't really do anything further with that. But now I fell again at the end of May. I fell again. I passed out or whatever. I don't believe that I really like lost consciousness for as long as I did the first time it happened, like when I was in high school. But there's also a possibility that all of the seizures that I've been having are because of this long QT syndrome. What really scares me though is the fact that they said I am now exhibiting symptoms of heart failure because my grandpa had heart failure and he had a lot of heart problems. He had multiple heart surgeries, he had multiple heart attacks, and it's just something that really scares me, like, down to my core. I don't know what they're going to say tomorrow. I don't honestly know what to expect. I've never had to go see like a cardiac specialist before. I've never been referred to a cardiac specialist before, but my primary doctor seems to think that this is what's really important in order to get the most clear picture of exactly what's going on with my heart. We have done an electrocardiogram of my heart. So, echocardiogram, that's what it was. Sorry, my brain. But that showed that the structure of my heart, like the physical structure of my heart, is okay. There was a few spots that they weren't so sure about, so we might have to do further testing with that. But as far as like the physical structure, they seem to feel that that is doing okay, better than they expected, honestly. Um, but the EKGs, the last two EKGs that they've done have been abnormal with the prolonged QT time, which is like a symbol that you have long QT syndrome and you know that things aren't exactly how they should be. Um, I don't know if they're going to put me on medications starting tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to want to have me wear like a heart monitor. I have no idea what he is going to want to do. So I'm going to try to bring like a camera or something to kind of show what's going on because I feel like it's important. Heart disease is something that's really scary, and it can be a silent killer. And I think it's important for people to stay on top of their health, not just with heart problems, but with any problem. You can't be afraid to go to the doctor. You have to get these things done. Otherwise, you're only hurting yourself in the end, because if you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, it's eventually going to get to the point where you have no other choice but to hear like the worst possible outcome. And I have been putting off going to the doctor and dealing with certain health issues and certain tests and things like that for quite some time, because I don't want to hear the negative stuff. I don't want to hear, oh, you're too fat, your fat caused you to have heart problems and all this other stuff. I know that I'm overweight and I know that I need to lose weight, but my thing is, it's going to come or it's not going to come. And if I want that for myself, then I know that there's changes that I need to make. And I mean, they need to just stop harping on me about my weight. That's one reason why I avoid doctors. The other is because I just don't like negative news. And I feel like that's what's going to happen all the time. Even when it's not negative news, even when it's like just a routine physical or whatever, I just get super nervous and I freak out. But anyways, that's kind of where things are. Like I said, I'm going to try to film tomorrow and let you guys know exactly what's going on. If you're interested in staying like way more up to date with my life, follow me on Instagram. I share things on my story a lot there. I'll leave my Instagram handle or whatever, either across the screen or in the description box below, so you can follow me over there. I'm usually posting over there at least a few times a day. But anyways, that's pretty much all the new information that I have about my long QT syndrome. I've made another video about my long QT syndrome. If you guys are interested, you can go search that on my channel. It wasn't that long ago. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. And like I said, I'll keep you guys updated with what's going on with my health as much as I can. Wish me luck tomorrow at the specialist's office, and I will talk to you guys again soon.